Imagine you're driving down a long country road. On both sides of the road, you see cows. Lots of cows. At first, they seem interesting. But after a few minutes, they all start to look the same. Brown cows, black cows, white cows, just cows. You stop noticing them. You stop caring about them. But what if suddenly you saw a purple cow? You'd stop. You'd stare. You'd pull over and take a picture. And you'd probably tell someone about it. You won't believe what I saw today. A purple cow, right there in the field. That simple idea is a foundation of one of the most powerful marketing concepts ever created. In today's world, ordinary is invisible, safe is boring, expected is ignored. The only thing that breaks through the noise is something truly remarkable, something that makes people stop, stare, and tell their friends. This audiobook is inspired by the powerful ideas from the book Purple Cow by Seth Godin. If you're serious about marketing, business, or building a brand, this is a book you should absolutely read. In this audiobook, you'll discover why ordinary products fail, why safe marketing doesn't work anymore, and how remarkable ideas spread naturally. You'll learn that being different isn't just nice. It's necessary for survival. If you enjoy learning about business and marketing, like this video, share it with someone building a business, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful audiobooks. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Problem with Ordinary Marketing. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a television commercial and immediately told someone about it? When was the last time you saw a billboard that made you pull out your phone? When was the last time you read an advertisement and thought, I have to share this? Probably not recently. And that's the problem. Traditional marketing is dying, not because advertising doesn't work, but because there's too much of it. We're drowning in messages. Think about your average day. You wake up and check your phone. Notifications, emails, social media posts, ads. You drive to work, billboards, radio commercials, podcast ads. You sit at your desk, pop-up ads, sponsored content, promotional emails. By noon, your brain has processed thousands of marketing messages, and it's learned to ignore almost all of them. This is what marketers call clutter, and clutter is the enemy of attention. If you're enjoying this audiobook so far, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're launching a new coffee shop. 20 years ago, you could put up a sign, run some local ads, and people would notice. Today, there's a coffee shop on every corner. Starbucks, Dunkin', local cafes, drive-through stands. The market is saturated. If you open just another coffee shop with just another menu, with just another atmosphere, you'll be invisible. People will drive right past you without a second glance. You'll be a brown cow in a field of brown cows. And that's the problem with ordinary marketing. It doesn't work anymore because people have learned to tune it out. They've developed immunity to the ordinary. The only way to break through is to be remarkable. Chapter 2. What makes something remarkable? So what does remarkable actually mean? The word itself gives us a clue. Remarkable means worth making a remark about, worth mentioning, worth sharing. Something is remarkable when it's so different, so unusual, so unexpected that people can't help but talk about it. Think about the things you've shared with friends recently. A restaurant with a crazy dessert, a video that made you laugh, a product that solved a problem in a surprising way, a story that touched your heart. What did all these things have in common? They stood out. They were different from everything else. If you're finding these ideas valuable, share this audiobook with someone building a business. Now think about the products and services you ignore, the ones that blend in, the ones that are perfectly fine but utterly forgettable. That's the difference. Remarkable gets talked about. Ordinary gets ignored. Let me give you an example of remarkable done right. A few years ago, a company called Dollar Shave Club launched with a simple video. The founder walked through a warehouse, talked about razors, made people laugh, and did all with zero budget and zero polish. The video went viral. Millions of views, thousands of shares. Overnight, they had more customers than they could handle. Was their razor better than anyone else's? Not really. Was their price dramatically lower? Not significantly. What made them remarkable was the way they communicated, the humor, the honesty, the complete lack of corporate polish. They stood out in a category where everyone else looked and sounded the same. That's the power of remarkable. It doesn't require a huge budget. It requires the courage to be different. Chapter 3. Why Safe Ideas Fail. Here's something that might surprise you. Playing it safe is actually the riskiest strategy in business. Most people think the opposite. They think if they blend in, if they don't offend anyone, if they're just like everyone else, they'll be safe. They'll survive. But in today's crowded world, safe is invisible, and invisible doesn't survive. Let me explain why. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Imagine you're launching a new product. You do market research. You find out what your competitors are doing. You make your product slightly better. You price it slightly lower. You create marketing that looks just like theirs. What happens? Nothing. Because you haven't given anyone a reason to care. You haven't given anyone a reason to switch. You haven't given anyone a reason to talk about you. You've created something safe, and safe is forgettable. The companies that win aren't the ones that play it safe. They're the ones that take risks, the ones that do things differently, the ones that are willing to offend some people in order to delight others. Think about Apple. When they launched the iPhone, it was a huge risk. It didn't have a keyboard. It didn't have replaceable batteries. It didn't do what other phones did. Plenty of people hated it. Critics said it would fail. But the people who loved it really loved it. They talked about it. They waited in lines for it. They converted others. That's the power of remarkable. It's not about pleasing everyone. It's about creating something that a few people care about deeply. Those few people become your evangelists. They spread your message. They grow your business. Safe ideas don't create evangelists. Safe ideas don't spread. Safe ideas die quietly, unnoticed, unremarked. Chapter 4. The Power of Being Different. Now, let's talk about what it really means to be different. Being different isn't about being weird for the sake of being weird. It's about creating something that stands out in a meaningful way. Something that solves a problem differently. Something that communicates differently. Something that delivers value differently. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Let me give you some examples of different that worked. Southwest Airlines. Every other airline tried to be full service. Meals, assigned seats, multiple classes. Southwest did the opposite. No meals, no assigned seats, one class. And they were honest about it. We're the low-fare airline. Different worked. They became one of the most successful airlines in history. In-N-Out Burger. In a world of endless menu options, In-N-Out kept it simple. Burgers, fries, shakes. A secret menu that became legendary. Different worked. People line up around the block. Tesla. Every car company sold through dealerships. Tesla sold direct. Every car company advertised. Tesla didn't. Every car company made electric cars seem like a compromise. Tesla made them seem cool. Different worked. They became the most valuable car company in the world. Notice the pattern. None of these companies tried to be everything to everyone. They picked a different path and owned it completely. If you're finding this valuable, share this audiobook with someone who needs to hear it. Being different requires courage. It requires accepting that not everyone will like you. It requires being okay with criticism. But the alternative is worse. The alternative is being liked by no one because you're not memorable enough to be noticed at all. Chapter 5. The Role of Early Adopters. When you create something remarkable, not everyone will embrace it immediately. That's okay. In fact, that's how it's supposed to work. Every remarkable product starts with a small group of people called early adopters. These are the people who seek out new things, who love being first, who are willing to take a chance on something unproven. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Early adopters are crucial because they start to spread. They tell their friends. They post on social media. They create buzz. Without early adopters, even the most remarkable product stays invisible. So how do you attract early adopters? First, make something truly remarkable. Something that solves a problem in a new way. Something that delights in an unexpected way. Something that stands out. Second, find where early adopters hang out. Online forums, industry events, social media communities. Go where they are and show them what you've built. Third, make it easy for them to share. Give them something to talk about. Give them a story to tell. Give them a reason to spread the word. Let me tell you a story about early adopters. When the first iPhone launched, it didn't have apps. It didn't have copy-paste. It didn't have many features that competitors had. But early adopters didn't care. They saw the potential. They loved the experience. They told everyone they knew. Those early adopters created the foundation for everything that followed. Your early adopters are out there. They're waiting for something remarkable. They're waiting for you. Chapter 6. Why Risk is Necessary in Business. Here's a hard truth. You cannot create something remarkable without taking risk. Risk is built into the process. If you're not willing to risk failure, you're not willing to create something truly different. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Most people try to minimize risk. They research, they plan, they test, they wait until everything is perfect. But while they're waiting, the world moves on. While they're perfecting, someone else is launching. While they're playing it safe, the remarkable products are getting all the attention. Let me tell you about 2 different approaches to risk. Approach 1, the safe path. You research the market. You find out what everyone else is doing. You do something slightly better. You launch quietly. You hope for the best. If you're lucky, you get a small number of customers. If you're not, you fade away unnoticed. Approach 2, the remarkable path. You find a gap in the market. You do something different, something that might fail, something that might be criticized, something that might be loved. You launch boldly. You tell your story. You embrace the people who love you. You ignore the people who don't. If you're finding this valuable, share this audiobook with someone building a business. Which path sounds riskier? Most people would say the second one, but the first path is actually riskier. Why? Because the safe path leads to invisibility, and invisibility is death in today's market. The remarkable path might fail, but at least you'll be noticed. At least you'll learn something. At least you'll have a chance. And if you succeed, you'll succeed big. Risk isn't something to avoid. It's something to embrace. It's the price of admission to the remarkable game. Chapter 7. Standing out in a crowded market. Every market feels crowded. Every category seems saturated. Every industry looks like it has too many players. But here's the secret. Crowded markets are actually full of ordinary, forgettable Me Too products. They're full of brown cows. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. That means there's always room for a purple cow. There's always room for something remarkable. Think about the bottled water market. How crowded can you get? Dozens of brands, endless varieties. Then came liquid death. Canned water and a tall boy with a metal band aesthetic. Skeletons, satanic imagery, murder your thirst. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. It's completely different. And it worked. They sold millions of cans. They built a cult following. They stood out in one of the most crowded markets on earth. Comment below. Do you believe businesses should take bold risks? How did they do it? Not by being slightly better. Not by being slightly cheaper. Not by blending in. They did it by being remarkably different. By creating something people couldn't ignore. You can do the same thing in your market. Whatever category you're in, there's room for a purple cow. The question is, are you willing to be different enough? Chapter 8. Creating Remarkable Products. So, how do you actually create a remarkable product? How do you move from ordinary to extraordinary? Let me give you a framework. Step 1. Identify the ordinary. Look at your market. What does everyone do? What's considered standard? What do customers expect? Write it down. List all the assumptions, all the conventions, all the ways things are supposed to be done. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Step 2. Challenge everything. Now question every item on your list. What if we did the opposite? What if we removed this feature? What if we added something unexpected? What if we changed the rules? Don't judge yet. Just brainstorm. Let yourself think crazy thoughts. Step 3. Find the intersection. Look for the ideas that are both different and valuable. Different in a way that actually matters to customers. Remarkable isn't just weird. It's weird in a way that solves a problem or creates delight. Step 4. Commit completely. Once you've found your remarkable angle, go all in. Don't half-do it. Don't water it down. Don't try to please everyone. Commit to your difference. Own it. Make it the center of everything you do. If you're finding this valuable, share this audiobook with someone building a business. Let me give you an example. A hotel chain noticed that everyone focused on the rooms. Nice beds, nice bathrooms, nice views. They challenged the assumption. What if the best part of the hotel wasn't the room? What if it was a lobby? They created lobbies that felt like living rooms, comfortable furniture, free coffee, spaces to work and socialize. It was different, and people loved it. They told their friends. They came back. That's remarkable. Not a better room. A different experience. Chapter 9. Marketing that spreads naturally. Here's the beautiful thing about remarkable products. They market themselves. If you create something truly worth talking about, people will talk about it. You don't need a huge advertising budget. You don't need a massive marketing team. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. You need something worth remarking on. Think about the last time you told someone about a product. What made you share? It wasn't an ad. It wasn't a billboard. It was something remarkable, something surprising, something delightful. That's word-of-mouth marketing, and it's the most powerful form of marketing there is. Why? Because people trust their friends more than they trust ads. When your friend recommends something, you listen. When a stranger in an ad recommends something, you're skeptical. So how do you create word of mouth? First, make something remarkable. This is non-negotiable. If your product is ordinary, no amount of marketing will make people talk. Second, give people something to talk about. A story, a surprise, a moment of delight. Third, make it easy to share. Social media buttons, referral programs, shareable content. If you're finding this valuable, share this audiobook with someone building a business. Let me tell you about a restaurant that mastered this. A small burger joint in Chicago served their burgers in cardboard boxes. Nothing special, but they did one thing differently. When you opened the box, there was a message printed inside, a joke, a quote, a silly drawing. People started taking pictures, sharing them online, talking about the burger joint with the funny boxes. They didn't spend millions on advertising. They just gave people something to talk about. That's the power of remarkable. It spreads naturally because people want to share it. Chapter 10. The Purple Cow Mindset. We've covered a lot of ground together. The problem with ordinary marketing. What makes something remarkable? Why safe ideas fail. The power of being different. The role of early adopters. Why risk is necessary. How to stand out. Creating remarkable products. Marketing that spreads naturally. Now let's bring it all together and explore the mindset behind the purple cow. Embrace difference. Most people try to fit in. They try to be like everyone else. They try to avoid standing out. The purple cow mindset does the opposite. It seeks difference. It celebrates uniqueness. It understands that fitting in is the fastest path to invisibility. If you're enjoying this audiobook, make sure to like the video. It helps more people discover these ideas. Accept that not everyone will like you. Remarkable things offend some people. They make some people uncomfortable. They're not for everyone. That's okay. Actually, it's more than okay. It's necessary. If everyone likes what you're doing, you're probably not being remarkable enough. You're probably just blending in. Focus on the few who love you. Instead of trying to please everyone, focus on the people who truly love what you do. They're your evangelists. They'll spread your message. They'll bring others. 100 passionate fans are worth more than 1,000 indifferent customers. If you're finding this valuable, share this audiobook with someone building a business. Be willing to fail. Not every remarkable idea works. Some fail, some flop, some get ignored. That's the risk. But the alternative, playing it safe and being ignored, is actually worse. Fail trying to be remarkable. At least you'll learn something. At least you'll be noticed. At least you'll have a story to tell. Start now. You don't need permission. You don't need a big budget. You don't need to wait. You can start being remarkable today with your next product, your next marketing campaign, your next conversation. The world is waiting for purple cows. Be one. In today's crowded world, being average is invisible. If people don't notice you, they can't remember you. And if they can't remember you, they can't talk about you. And if they don't talk about you, your business won't grow. So if you want your ideas, products, or brand to succeed, be remarkable. Be different. Be worth talking about. Be the purple cow. You don't need to appeal to everyone. You just need to create something that a few people care about deeply. Those few will spread your message. They'll bring others. They'll build your movement. Start today. Look at what you're offering. Ask yourself, is this remarkable? Is this worth talking about? Would anyone stop and stare? If the answer is no, it's time to change. It's time to take a risk. It's time to be different. If you found this audiobook valuable, like the video, share it with someone building a business, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful audiobooks. In the comments, let me know what you're doing to make your product or brand remarkable. I'd love to hear your story. Thank you for listening. Thank you for investing in your growth. Now go out there and be the purple cow.